Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. I hope the start of your day is incredible. I know mine is because we have something pretty special this morning, and that's right, our first little baby colubrid snakes are hatching. You can see there's a few little heads that are poking out right there, and then these babies are little albino jelly Brooks King, and these things are absolutely adorable. I mean, this is like the true sense of an albino when it comes to the Brooks King snakes. Now, the real albino Brooks Kings typically, they were more like a yellowish look and didn't have that pink, bright red eye look that these guys have. And look at this little feisty monkey here. What are you doing, little monkey? Oh my God, Brooks Kings are so adorable. And this was actually the third clutch laid. So we have two other clutches that were laid before this, but Brooks King snakes actually typically hatch a little bit quicker at about 50-52 days, whereas the other clutches typically take about 60 days. So we have the first baby colubrids of the year, people. That is pretty amazing. And again, you can see all these eggs up top here. All those eggs are going to be hatching over the next couple months, so it's so exciting. I cannot believe it. Look how cute those little babies are. And again, these things will probably shed in the next week or so, start eating and start rocking. So I tell you what, guys, game on. We are starting to get baby pythons. Now we're getting baby colubrids. I mean, we got baby geckos. Oh my gosh, the life of a snake breeder is amazing. So let's just have fun, enjoy these little babies for a second, push our problems aside, and have an amazing day together. A little later, Bruce is actually going to feed the new croc monitor. By the way, I said the other day that we were going to name it Baby Kush because that's what Forrest and everyone did, and it was because of Stephen Kush, and Baby Kush because it was Stephen Kush's baby. But I think we might change the name, guys, only because it's the weed reference, right? A lot of people say Kush, and I don't want people to think that we're naming it after weed. So let me know in the comments if you think we should name it Baby Kush or change it. What do you think we should call it if we don't call it Baby Kush? Of course, I'm going to clear this with Desiree and Steven before we actually change the name, but I don't think they're going to mind. It's just that, obviously we don't want that type of a thing out there if people are thinking that we're naming it after drugs or something like that. But hey, regardless, we're going to work with it a little later. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Lots of snake eggs to cut this time of year. You guys know this. This is actually a normal ball python, just a normal female ball python, but she's bred to a banana fire spider ball python. So a lot of combinations. Again, banana fire, all kinds of different stuff. Let's go ahead and jump in. Looks like we have 2, 4, 6 eggs to cut in today. By the way, tomorrow we have a banger clutch. I cannot wait to actually show you guys, and hopefully we hit some odds on it. That's tomorrow. Today, let's go ahead and cut the first egg. And here we go. Right off the rip, what do we have? Well, it looks like we've got a banana right off the rip. What else do we have in here? And it looks like maybe just a normal banana, interestingly enough. Doesn't look like a fire banana, definitely doesn't have spider. I don't think this one had pastel in it, which is good. So the normal bananas are a little brighter than the pastel bananas, believe it or not. They're both very, very beautiful, but it looks like we hit a normal banana for the first egg. So let's go ahead, move on to egg number 2. And here we go. And again, these clutches that are bred to normals and stuff like that, it's just about producing really cool offspring that we can, kind of put on the site, that entry-level stuff like this. This is just a spider ball python. So again, no banana and no fire, just a spider ball python. And interestingly enough, with male-producing bananas, all of the bananas are typically males and all of the non-bananas are females. So we can be pretty sure that this is actually a female spider ball python. Now, every now and then it'll jump, so it's kind of sex-linked. So every now and then you'll produce the opposite sex. But the fact is that most of the bananas are going to be males, most of the non-bananas are going to be females, which I find pretty interesting. Egg number 3. Here we go. And again, we're not going to get anything too insanely crazy, but we're still going to get a lot of really cool stuff. And hey, listen, cutting snake eggs always is a lot of fun. Weirdly enough, it looks like we have a normal ball python. Doesn't look like a fire to me at all. So the odds on this clutch have been a little bit wonky, where we haven't had really combinations of anything. We've had all single gene animals, which is weird considering that we had a 3-gene male breed, but you never know what's going to happen. 3 more eggs to go. And let's see if we'll start to get some gene stacking in some of these, for God's sakes. And look at this, weird. Another banana ball python, just another normal. So 4 eggs, 4 single gene animals. That's that's crazy odds in itself, to be honest with you. But again, bananas are great. People love banana ball pythons, and we love producing them because they're just that kind of cool entry level, beautiful snake. You got to remember, when bananas were first being sold, they were $63,000. Now they're like a couple $100. So it's pretty cool that we've seen that evolution from really high end all the way to pet trade, and they are absolutely gorgeous. 2 eggs to go. And here we go. Let's see if we'll get anything with some gene stacking in this clutch, or if it'll be all single genes. And guess what, guys? we hit it. We hit all of the genes actually. This is actually a fire, it's a banana, and it's a spider. So it's weird that the first eggs were single genes, and then the 5th egg is an all gene animal. Again, not a crazy all gene animal, but still all 3 of the possible genes that you could have. So that's pretty cool. Now this last egg, I can see there's a little window in it right here. You can actually see there's a normal-ish looking snake in there. So it doesn't look like it's gonna be a banana, but let's go ahead and just cut the last egg. I like to end on a good note, but hey, listen, regardless, I'm always happy to cut snake eggs, and I know you guys love it. All right, and what do we have in the last egg? Let's see, and it looks like this is a fire spider. So it looks like a 2-gene animal, fire and spider. So all in all, we did have some pretty cool stuff. I'm glad that we had a bunch of bananas in here, at least a few bananas, because those are the animals that really people love and stuff like that. But hey, even producing a normal is really cool because a lot of people want to start with a normal wild type animal. So all in all, not a bad day of cutting eggs. Like I said, tomorrow we've got a banger clutch. I cannot wait to share it with you. Down in the dungeon, guess what time it is? Egg time. And we have a beautiful Mojave girl, really big girl too. She's got one little egg out right here, and she was actually just bred to a mocha male. A mocha is in the blue-eyed complex, so we could get blue-eyed leucistics in this, all kinds of different combinations thereof. But nevertheless, this is a really dark Mojave too, and look at how beautiful that looks. Ooh, doggy. Okay, mama, let's see how many eggs you've got. Looks like a beautiful clutch eggs, and she's just coiled around it absolutely wonderfully. This would have been a good example of maternal incubation here, and I know a few people have asked recently, like, why don't I maternal incubate, and what's the process of maternal incubation? Literally, with maternal incubation, those females are coiling the eggs just like that mama did, and that's basically it. You just leave them on that. You give them fresh water. They typically don't eat for the 60 days. A lot of times they don't even come off the eggs for water, but they're trapping the humidity in by that cone wrapping around them, and that kind of also traps the temperature a little bit as well. The reason I don't do it is it really beats the mom up. I mean, for 60 days, she basically isn't going to eat. She's not going to drink hardly at all. And you got to remember, she's already been probably 2.5 to 3 months off of food while she was gravid. So that's just a lot of energy that goes into it. No real reason to do it. We get a higher hatch rate from actually artificially incubate, and the female gets back onto food within a week or so. So we tried it last year with limited success. I think we had an 8-egg clutch. 2 animals hatched out. 1 was kinked. The female was just beat up, didn't breed this year because she had so much stress on her. So for me, artificial incubation is the way to go. Let's see how many eggs this girl had. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 beautiful eggs, and I definitely don't think that the lid's going to fit on that one right there. So we're going to have to take some eggs apart, spread these out, but absolutely gorgeous clutch of eggs. Next up is actually this pinstripe female right here. Again, beautiful, really reduced, beautiful animal here, and she was actually bred to 2 males, a silver streak bamboo woma, as well as the pastel enchi yellow belly. So we don't know who the father is. What it was is the silver streak bamboo woma bred earlier in the year and then stopped breeding, and we just had 1 breeding with the pastel enchi yellow belly just to make sure we had fertile eggs. But look at it, it's a really nice clutch. She's not a really big female, and they're really beautiful size eggs. So we're just gonna peel these guys off the paper, and we're gonna go ahead and get these in the egg box, and we can count these up. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8. And so, as I've been mentioning, you can have dual father clutches. One father can actually have the entire clutch. One father can actually have half the clutch, the other father the other half the clutch, or it could go either way, right? The only thing is that each individual egg can only be fathered by one father. So don't know who the dad is. We're gonna find out, and that's what's making this year kind of even more exciting. It's because we have a lot of dual father clutch, and we never know what we're gonna hatch. Regardless, 57 days, we're gonna find out. Guess what, guys? The continuation of a crazy vlog, we have a quick unboxing for you. And here we go. I'm gonna have to use some scissors here because there's zip ties on these buggers, and I don't have my clippers. So let's see if we can get this and see what's going on. It actually, to be honest with you, it's all just one type of snake, but it's a type of snake that I love and I got recently, and whenever I get an opportunity to get more, I'm going to get more. Oh my gosh, these things are gorgeous! And you guys will know exactly when I pull them out what they are. Oh my God, these ones are beauties too. These are some more true red-tailed boas. These are Guyana red-tailed boas. Again, you know I've had Surinamers, I've had Peruvians, Guianas. We just got some Guianas, but my friend had some more Guianas. Look at the stripe on that one. Whew, I tell you what, that is gorgeous. I tell you what, they are amazing. And again, they don't come around that often, so whenever I get the opportunity, I'm gonna pick them up because again, this is probably the last ones. And oh my gosh, look at the tail on this one right here. Oh my goodness gracious. That is unbelievably clean. And as these get older, they're gonna get more and more like red, deep reds with some maroons, and oh my gosh, these things are incredible. So again, usually I only get one crack at Guyana red-tailed boas each year for babies. This time we've got 2 cracks at it. So like I said, I was like, I'm getting them, man. There's no way I'm not gonna get them. And so we actually ended up getting 18 babies. So it looks like maybe 6 babies per bag. And I'm gonna look at all 3 bags of them just to see if there's something cool. Just like that one had that amazing stripe on it. Let's see what else is going on in this one here. And let's see, these are nice, well-started ones too. Sometimes they get babies in that are like super, super fresh. These ones look like they have a handful of meals in them, and oh my gosh, they look incredible. Again, you know, I just love red-tailed boas, and I've mentioned before that my first ever real true red-tailed boa, and you got to remember there's a difference between the common red-tailed boas that are really just common boas that everyone calls red-tailed boas, and the actual true red-tailed boas. They have they're different species, right? These are constrictor instead of constrictor imperator, and look at the tail on this. And the first true red-tail I ever had was a Guyana. It was a wild-caught adult. It was mean as heck. It bit the heck out of me so many times, and it was just a really nasty animal, but I still fell in love with it, and I've loved them ever since. So even though the Surinam's improving, it's getting a little bit bigger and are a little bit kind of more sought after, even a little bit, like the Guianas aren't quite as expensive, I still like the Guyana red-tailed boas because of that kind of nostalgia. And I also like the fact that their background color has like a kind of maroon look to it rather than a silver or tan look. So they're amazing. One more bag. Again, I just love these guys so much. I'm so happy that I've been able to get these because again, they don't come around too often, and oh my gosh, they look so good. Here we go. Oh my gosh, wow. I tell you what, there's just something, I mean, just again, that tail right there, it just gives you an idea how beautiful true red-tailed boas are. Absolutely amazing. Again, I'm sure that these are the last red-tailed boas I'm going to be able to get all the way till usually about January is when they're being produced. So the red-tailed boas are typically a little bit different season than the Colombians, although these ones actually are about in the same range. So they're obviously some really late babies, but man, I tell you, those are absolutely gorgeous, and it's cool to have one more batch of boas before the end of the year. Then we'll have to wait again until next year before we have red-tails, but we will have a bunch of Colombian boas throughout the summer. But nevertheless, just thought I'd do a quick unboxing for you guys.
You guys all know that we got my boy, the Crocodile monitor over here. So I want to let you guys know that I am going to start right away on the ball training, obviously for a big safety reason. I don't want him hurting anybody, especially myself. I want to be here, keep him on every single day. I don't want to sit there and spend too much time at the hospital. So that being said, ball training is going to be day 1, and that's what we're doing right now with you guys. I have been thinking about it, and I don't quite want to introduce a blue ball to him. I actually want to do a red ball. A lot of what I thought about was, especially when cleaning and stuff like that, some of our utensils have those colorations. I don't want him thinking that we're trying to feed him if I walk in there just trying to clean some poop. So that being said, I'm about to go get it started. What my basic plan is I actually just want to sit right there in that corner. I want to sit over there and actually just wait for him to kind of come to me. I don't want to force the agenda or anything like that, but I still want to introduce that ball. So what like your basic idea is to keep him still at a distance from me at the same time. But I feel like if I walk in there standing over him or standing up to him, that actually is kind of an imposing figure. And I don't want to be imposing, I just want to be a part of it. I just want to be in the process. I want to be involved, but I don't want to get in, I don't want to interfere. So that's basically what we're gonna do. So let's get it started. It's gonna be fun. think is good here is that he's getting this connection with me. He's watching me, seeing what I'm doing, as long as I don't make crazy sudden movements. And he's still feeding, and I don't want him getting much closer than that, so. Like, I still don't want him to think I'm a tree or anything like that. But I do want him to sort of figure out what's going on. So it's important I don't reach for him, I don't grab for him or anything like that, because he doesn't know like Elvis does that this means not food or not. This is an incredibly good reaction. This is what I want him to do. I want him to look at me, I want him to think that things are done. And as long as I can make things calm, I leave calmly. There's no reason for him to think there's ever anything bad. Oh, dude, that was awesome. That was pretty darn cool. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting him to be that close to me. I thought it'd be like just like kind of how when we first sort of gave him that first initial rodent, where he just sort of like a little timid. But once he got going, it was like, man, it's just like a lot of the other monitors in the past, except with the like clear calculation. He's watching every little movement, and he's not just watching the food, he's watching what I'm doing with that food. Like if I try to go, like it's clear I'm trying to coax him one way, and he's like, no, I'm not going that way. You're going where I want you to go. And that's really incredible. Like he's already figuring this out. Like I'd only done it one time. This is my first time feeding him. That's insane that he would just go, no, I'm not playing your game, bro. I know this, you know, and it's just too cool to see him do this. I can't wait to show you guys what more we can do with this guy.
Baby colubrids are hatching, pythons are hatching. It is heating up here. It is so absolutely, it's the best time of the year to be a snake breeder for sure. And just awesome with everything. If you guys enjoyed this, here's a playlist of a bunch of baby snakes hatching if you guys want to watch. There'll be a lot coming, I can promise you that. Some cool egg cutting coming too, so it's going to be amazing. Up here you can subscribe to my podcast channel called Checking It. Please support that if you don't mind. On this side, you can subscribe to this vlog channel, turn your post notifications on. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you tomorrow.